Sup, Devils? J-Dog back for another goddamn video. And today's video, brought up on my phone. Let's see the next one in line to go over. And this one should be a goodie. Fucking which bands would you de-virginize a total newbie's ass with? 1.1k views, so hit the 1,000 mark of this one. Finally, goddammit, 2 weeks ago. And 165 comments. So let's see what the hell we got in here. And first question I see, with a question mark, none other than goddamn Goatman. One of the fucking 5 people that I only answer, I guess, according to whatever his face that said that in a previous video. I think it's more than 5, though. Thanks for answering my question, brah. For a hypothetical question, if some death metal band were to have a guy on stage playing guitar, would you be interested or turned away from it initially? I'm not even exactly sure, 100% sure what a guitar is. I imagine it's like a keyboard that looks like a guitar, right? And if that's the case, I guess I'd hear it if I never heard them and knew nothing about them. If they're going on stage, I guess I would hear them out, right? Because I'm not necessarily always turned away by keyboards. You know what I mean? Like you guys know, fucking like the Gotti Throne, the Cradle of Filth stuff, the Dame Borger. When I saw like Dame Borger, the early days, and Emperor and shit, they had a keyboard player on stage, so came with the territory. So like Old Man's Child, that's got keyboards, but yeah, I guess I would just listen to it. If it sounded silly as fuck and it was ridiculous, then I would just leave it at that. Don't need it, right? Count Z Danaviscus. Definitely have answered you too, brah. Late era Sodom is pretty good. M16 is my favorite from the post classic era. Yeah, M16, I might have heard that one. Definitely know the name and know what the cover looks like. But I would have to be a newer. But yeah, that's a 90s album, right? Talking about Invocator, what's the deal with Black Mark? Black Mark Records? I have no fucking idea. I've always wondered that. For example, like, maybe 10 years ago, probably even longer, I talked about us reissuing all the early Flesh Crawl albums on vinyl. Hell, even CDs at the time, so the first album to, honestly, I'd be willing to do pretty much all of them, to be honest with you. Um, Obviously, they're on, Metal Blade Records now, I think. Anyways, early ones are on Black Mark. I wanted to do it, and I remember bringing it up to Chase. Chase like, go ahead and ask. He's like, but I'm telling you right now, you're guaranteed to get a no reply from Black Mark Records. He's like, I've literally emailed them about them with juicy ass fucking, few $1,000 wholesales. Like, want to buy this shit? Cash in hand, fucking big fat sack of cash, ready to go, ready to spend. Got $5,000. Want to buy your shit? No reply. Fuck, like, what the fuck are you doing? And I've talked to other people in the scene as well that try to deal with them. Same thing. Like, I've never gotten a reply from them ever. I have no idea how they're a business. We're a business, not anything. I have no fucking clue whatsoever. And I remember talking to Flesh Crawl too, because they're the ones that saying, yeah, you'd have to get approval from Black Mark, but yeah, we'd be interested in you doing them. He's like, and it's like, yeah, they're not very good with replying. Like, and I've said it before too. That's part of the reason. I'm not saying per se them, but and not the only reason, but one of the reasons why Hell's Headbangers, I believe, was successful. It's a lot of the guys that are trying to do like the same thing, whether it be a label, distro, business world. They're a bunch of fucking idiots. Like what are you doing? Like, it's like there's ones that are around still. I'm not gonna throw out names. Or it's just like we'll get packs and then you just see how they pack and what they do. And it's just like the competition is a fucking joke. It's like you guys are a bunch of fucking retards. So it's like it's no wonder, you know what I mean? But the Black Mark, no reply. When someone wants to spend $5,000+, you know what I mean? There's your answer. So I think it's a bunch of fucking morons running that label. That's what I said. And please forward this to them too if you know that, because literally no reply ever. So yeah, I don't give a shit if they're insulted or not. Bunch of fucking morons over there. Yeah, I said it. Goddamn it. I stand by it. You want to change my mind? Start fucking replying. Human Brisket, goddammit. Another regular. Thanks for my order, dog. On the topic of people curious on metal, maybe even showing them what you are currently listening to, and if they haven't left yet, then show them more stuff. If you just started a band today and the entire crowd has never heard metal, does that mean we have to do a Possessed covers to have them catch up? If they really like it, they don't care what you show them in no order. Yeah, you don't have to necessarily do covers and stuff like that. I mean, it's funny because when bands do covers, and it's been times I can't think of who a band, but they'll do a cover song, and I didn't even recognize the cover song, right? And it might even be they covered a band that's kind of obscure as well, not Possessed or Death or something like that. But it's like you don't know the band, their songs, and you didn't even realize the cover song they were doing, didn't even recognize it. But that's the best song they did. It's like, what does that tell you about your guys' songs, man? That means you're fucking weak songwriters, lackluster, weak songwriters, and that's what I consider. That's actually the best definition I could describe most stuff that comes out, and where I decide if I want to buy something or not. People think like you meet that guy at fucking the Panini's Deuce. Like, if you hear something, let's say it's legitimate death metal, oh, you're gonna love it, bro. Why? Because it sounds like death metal. Because it's a death metal sound. You can have that. Yeah, you got a cool sound. It's the kind of music I like, but lackluster, weak songwriting. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing a cover and you're covering, yeah, Possess the Exorcist. That shit. Why is that your standout, strongest song by fucking far? Because you guys as songwriters are mediocre at best. That shouldn't be the case. So if everybody in the crowd, yeah, they never heard metal, and if you have to do cover songs to get them into it, no, those are standards because you guys suck as songwriters. You shouldn't have your songs should be just as good. Stop trying to be so goddamn fucking extreme. Find your niche or sound, whatever you want to do. If it's more of a death metal sound, black metal sound, mix of them, 90s, 80s, whatever. Get your sound down. That's fine. And from there, the main focus should be writing good, catchy, memorable songs. And in fact, I would go as far as saying this, and I've always thought this 70% of the shit you write should probably be chucked in the trash. The way I would pursue it if I was a band, just because, especially now in 2022, there's just so much to pick through and it's just so easy to get overlooked. I would be like, I would pursue every song. Is this going to be a classic fucking radio hit for death metal sakes, metal standards? You know what I mean? That'd be considered a standout. Holy shit, a Black Sabbath Paranoid song. Is it? If not, chuck it in the fucking trash. It's just another lackluster, mediocre. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm kind of tapping my foot, kind of paying attention, kind of not. That's what 90% of the shit is. You know what I mean? And more so, I think, not because everyone's so poor songwriters. I think it's just more so because everything's been done a trillion fucking times. So the only way you're going to stand out, I've said it fucking a million times on this goddamn channel now, is you have to have good standout songs. I don't care how cool your sound is. I don't care how heavy you are. I don't care how guttural you are. I don't care how fucking satanic you are, how cool your image is. You got to have standout good fucking songs. Like good, memorable songs, preferably on the first fucking listen. 100%. And it can totally be done because literally when I just listened to Flesh Crawl album, what was it? Into the Catacombs of Flesh? Is that the one it is? It's one of the later ones. We got them in, and I picked it up. It should be behind me unless I still have it at the shop listening to. First listen, I was automatically. I thought that I listened. I was like for example, the first Flesh Crawl album, I own it. I own a CD and a bootleg LP of it. It's kind of fucking boring. Let's be honest. It's kind of a boring fucking record. That Catacombs of Flesh or whatever, and even though it's the Soul Skinner and all those other later ones, it's like this shit's way better. First listen, nothing fancy whatsoever. It's a German band that sounds okay, great, more Swedish death metal. But their songs were awesome. It was good songwriting, good, catchy, memorable. On the first part, you almost kind of find yourself singing along the chorus and shit, tapping your foot. And you're like, and when you go to hit replay, you literally remember a lot of the breaks and just catchy parts. Just after one goddamn listen. 99 fucking percent of the shit that comes out, I don't give a shit. Black metal, death metal, grindcore. You cannot fucking do it. You got to listen to it 3, 4, 5 times. At least I do. And again, I don't think it's because everything coming out now so much just fucking sucks. I don't think that at all. Because it could be a reissue disc, like whether it been Dark Symphonies or something, putting on an old band that I never heard, and it'd be kind of the same thing. It's just because I think at this point everything's been done a million times and heard it so many times. So again, you're not going to reinvent the wheel or do anything fucking new. So your only saving grace is you better have the most catchy, memorable fucking songs. It's the only thing you can fucking do. That is the most important thing by far, I would say, if you're going to start a fucking band now. Might as well think of 666. It's all regulars goddamn asking questions on this. It's got quite a few comments, but I'm skipping over because it's it's a lot of guys just putting their opinions about who they would introduce a newbie to what metal, whether it be whatever, Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, Behemoth, fucking Vader, whatever they deem necessary. Sodom. J-Dog, you must choose. Would you rather go to one of those Southern crazy musical church services every day a week. Go or B, go to a Slipknot concert every day for a week. C, go to a political rally, Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter, every day of the week. As for what to start with, so that's his question. Which one would I rather do out of those three? All three a miserable time, but I'd have to go probably with the Slipknot because the crazy Christians and the crazy politicians, I just wouldn't be able to stand them. Um, they're literally the people I just don't want to be around at all. At least with the Slipknot guy, he at least he thinks he's cool and he thinks he's all the same thing, and he's gonna be at least nice. You know what I mean? It's just a little annoying, if anything else. You know what I mean? But as opposed to the politicals and the Christians, I just can't fucking stand them. As for what to start with, I started with Manowar, Maiden, Motorhead, and a bit later Sodom. For me, was totally oblivious at that point. Yeah, I mean, a lot of old classics. Definitely makes sense. Layla Lover 90, J Dog, question slash story time. When was the last time someone called your metal shirt scary? I got that last night. I was on the way to the gym and I stopped at a gas station. The cashier, who was a bit taller and older than me, I am 31 and 6'1", called my Cannibal Corpse Eat Back to Life scary. I had no words. I mean, if that's a grown ass fucking man saying that, that automatically, dude, this dude's just some fucking twink boy fucking pussy. Because like, what do you mean it's scary? What are you, 5? Like, if it was a 16-year-old girl, I'd give her a pass. Legitimately, a 16-year-old girl. Okay, some teenage high school girl, and she saw you and said that. Fine, give her a pass. Grown man. I mean, yeah. Well, last time I got it, the thing is I have been a while, but can't think what or where. But I will say this: what's popped in my mind, recollections. It was never a grown man that said that, though. Actually, I kind of do think I remember. I think the last time was quite a bit. I think it was one of Lindsay's cousins, and she's a female. She was in her early 20s at the time, and she was talking to her son, but he was like 4 or 5 at the time. And he said, "Yeah, shirts are scary." And then she told me, "Yeah, he's got the scary shirts on." That type of stuff. But that scenario makes fucking sense. You know what I mean? It's his mom talking to a fucking 4. I think yeah, it was 4. Um, that was fuck. I don't know, 8 years ago or so. A while ago. That's for goddamn sure. That was probably the last time in more of an acceptable scenario. Not at some schmuck working at a gas station. Oh my god, your shirt's scary. That's just the wimpification of the nation, right there. Ryan Idzerda too. Uh, he's commenting, and then he's got his question. Have you ever had strangers come up to you and question your religious slash political beliefs based on a metal shirt you were wearing? Usually people get the fuck off vibes, but I do get the BS people who seem to know not to mind their own business. I mean, I've kind of gotten it. Nobody asking political, not never that. But religious, just because maybe you're wearing like a Merciful Fate shirt. Like I told the story in the post office. Fucking lady, she was probably in her 40s or so, and I was wearing the Merciful Fate, the I deny Jesus Christ, the Deceiver. It says on the back, the Don't Break the Oath shirt, bootleg shirt, best Don't Break the Oath shirt out there. Um, and she says, so she's standing behind me. I'm at the post. So this is back when I went to the post office. I haven't been in the post office in because the post office picks up from us. I haven't been in the post office in fuck 15 years, something around there. Yeah, close to 15 years, something in that ballpark. Well, that had been on that. So it was, let's say, about 12 to 13 years. I haven't been to step foot. I have never stepped foot in a post office in 12 to 13 years. So about this is about how far back we're going. And she's standing behind me, and it's like, does that say I deny the Lord? I just turn around. Yes, it does. And just turn back around. That was it. So, because you could tell she was fucking appalled. It's like, well, why are you commenting on my shirt? You can read, bitch. What the fuck do you think it says? Can you need some bifocals to speak English? English, motherfucker. Do you speak it? Put in the comments, you know that goddamn line. It's kind of like, yeah, what do you? I can't stand it. It's one of a pet peeve. It's even with metalheads. I don't even like it with them. They come up to you and like they're grabbing you and shit. What does your shirt say? Dude, you touch me one more time, I'm gonna take out all your fucking fronts. Don't fucking touch me. Like it's just because it's just stupid. Like you go up and grab fucking girls' tits when you fucking see them too. That wouldn't fly. Don't fucking touch my ass, motherfucker. Especially to read my shirt. What are you reading? What are you, a fucking homo? Like, what do you want to know? What does your shirt say? I mean, it's mostly outside the metal scene. In the metal scene, it's still annoying, but I can kind of get why, because maybe it's a young buck trying to, check out bands, so I'll give him a pass, but it's a little bit kind of cringe, in my opinion. But outside, dude, it's shit you don't fucking know. Come on, Christian, you see the fucking inverted cross and the blood pentagram? You don't like that shit, fucking. Well, why are you asking? Like, just why are you asking? It's always some guy you see, and you're like, dude, there's no possible way you're interested in this kind of material of what you're wearing. Like, zero, absolutely zero fucking chance. That's like literally me looking at a shirt. You see fucking a picture of Biggie or Tupac or whoever those guys is, and they got a sideways cap on it, says fucking keep your head up type of shit. I'm not gonna be like, what's your shirt say, man? I'm gonna automatically see it. Oh, that shit I'm not into. Like, why would I ask? I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? That's one of my biggest motherfucking pet peeves. Cannot stand it. Makes my dick itches like a motherfucker. I literally just want to hit him right then and there. Never have and would, of course. I'm not a violent person, but it really just, ever since I was a kid, it always irked me. I can't stand, what's your shirt say? Even if it's some old, I got that from some like 80-year-old grandma. Fuck off. It's Cannibal Corpse. Shit you're not into. What the fuck do you care? Why you asking me dumb shit? Just to make conversations, because they got nothing else to fucking talk about. Nothing else going on in their life. So, hope that kind of answered your question. But as far as, I guess to answer it simply, how often do I get that? Dude, a random stranger commenting on my shirt, not the fuck, hey, I used to listen to DSI, bro, fist bump. And it's just some fucking canoe that doesn't listen to DSI. Other than that, which I don't even get that often, commenting in a negative way kind of question, like, is that satanic? That type of those questions. I could literally count on one hand how many times I've gotten it in my adult years, meaning after I graduated high school. Outside of that, yeah, one hand, it's got to be less than 5 times. And the last time, yeah, dude, nobody says shit to me. They just fucking don't. I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like a tough guy. I have no idea why. Maybe I look like a complete fucking asshole jerk, which, I mean, I kind of, if that's the case, I actually kind of not too happy about that because I don't want to be the case because I'm not an asshole jerk. I get along with everybody. So, I mean, I don't want to be giving everybody that impression because it's not like I dislike everybody. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people I do like, so I don't want to be giving off that vibe. But maybe that's what it is. And to be honest, it probably is that. And that's not intentional. But I guess it has its perks too. If you guys are getting asked randomly by strangers, that would get very, very fucking annoying. Because the only times I've really gotten it was when I was in high school. Whether it been from teachers, other kids. When you got in the big boy world, adult world, you got all this fucking stupid ass, silly ass shit, learning about crap you'll never use in the real fucking world. Just complete useless waste of time. Just a fucking babysitter is all that fucking school is. Literally, after middle school, you literally don't need to learn anything else in high school. Literally don't need to learn anything else. Elementary school and middle school, yes, you need. So that way you can learn how to like add, subtract, your ABCs, read, write. That's all you need to know. Everything else they're teaching you now is complete useless garbage I've never once used in my adult life. Completely fucking useless. So it's just a babysitter. That's all it is. So you're just killing time the last 4 years and shit. And just around a bunch of fucking idiots you want to be around. That's when I got the comments. And it was fucking annoying. Do not miss that shit one goddamn bit. Do one more goddamn question, which should knock out this video anyways, because not too many, a lot of comments, but not too many questions. Yeah, a lot of people just giving their. Mickey Jones, Daily Devils and J-Dog questions. Some of your favorite songs that are only bonus tracks. Whew. Favorite songs that are only bonus tracks. Don't know off the top of my head, but I will say this: that banger fucking Dismember Hate campaign. The CD that I bought when it came out, I didn't have it at the time of the release of the tour because back then I always bought, if they existed, me and Eric Chase always did. We looked for the Japanese imports because the Japanese imports would always have a bonus track, and Hate Campaign has, I believe it's 2 bonus tracks. And I'm not going to say that they're my favorite songs of the album or my favorite songs, but they're really good songs, and they're only on the Japanese bonus. I mean, I don't know if they got reissued and shit like that since. I can't think of anything that's come out that they're on there. But So if you don't hate campaign, you don't own the Japanese pressing, you're missing literally two full songs, two full banger songs too. So that's I've always liked that. Um, but bonus tracks, and those were my favorite tracks. I think he got some replies. Let's see what people say. 12 replies to Ricky, goddammit. Let's see what they typo negative, Danzig, hypocrisy. This guy's got a laundry list of ones. There's a bunch of bands I don't care about for the most part. Oh, Emperor's legendary debut, The Night Side Eclipse had two bonus track covers, Merciful Fate, Gypsy, and Bathory's A Fine Day to Die. I do did like both those covers quite a bit. I don't know if I'd say those are my favorite like Emperor songs or favorite songs, but I forgot all about that. Yeah, those were good. So they could use that as an example. You guys are bringing up hypocrisy, but it's got to be after the shit I care because I only like the first two hypocrisy albums. Penetralio and the Obsculum Senum, fucking phenomenal. Those are goddamn tens. If you don't have those, you claim you're in a death metal. In my opinion, I question if you're in a death metal because those are fucking phenomenal. But after that, man, that band, whoo-wee, you want to talk about a sellout band. The Hypocrisy would be in that category. Sellout band changed their logo, changed their image, changed their music. So, I mean, everything. Like, just horrible. Horrible. Not going to say everything after the second album is horrible, but they eventually got to the point where they're horrible. I've heard some later shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if there is a band that I would say that bonus tracks. That's my favorite shit. But there's definitely bands with some cool bonus tracks that I just mentioned. So there's some Vader stuff too. Vader's got a couple of his bonus tracks, and they're again not my favorites, but good shit on there. You're like, oh, that was worthy bonus track. Sometimes bonus tracks, you guys know, you're getting like, what the fuck did I technically didn't even want that track. It was fucking just junking up the fucking disc. So yeah, those are the ones I can think of. So that's it for this one, Devils. Put in there what do you think of your favorites too. Well, you got some replies, Ricky, but many people didn't see it. You can answer that too. Bonus tracks are your favorite. You can answer that. And comments, questions, put it in the goddamn comments box, and I'll get them answered bright and early in the morning. Later, goddamn it.